The weight of tomorrow. You've felt it, haven't you? That electric surge when a new idea strikes. The clarity of knowing exactly what you want. The confidence that whispers, I could do this, maybe even excel at it. But then morning comes. The alarm rings. And somehow, today becomes tomorrow once again. The man who lived in his head. Marcus was 28 when he finally understood what was holding him back. For years, he'd been the friend everyone called full of potential. His apartment told the story. Whiteboards covered in business models, shelves sagging under self-help books, a gym membership card that hadn't been scanned in 8 months. He wasn't lacking vision. He had 3 detailed business plans, 5 book outlines, a complete workout program downloaded and printed. What he lacked was simpler and far more brutal. He had never truly begun. His typical day followed a pattern he knew by heart. Wake with determination. Spend the morning researching. Take a break to clear his head that somehow lasted 3 hours. Promise himself that tomorrow would be different. Sleep with that familiar ache of another day dissolved into nothing. When his sister visited, she'd stopped asking about his projects. The silence hurt more than any criticism could. I'm being strategic, Marcus would tell himself. I'm waiting for the right moment. But late at night, when he couldn't hide from his own thoughts, he knew the truth. He was terrified. The reunion that changed everything. The coffee shop was crowded when Marcus spotted Jordan across the room. They'd been close in college, both dreamers, both full of plans. Marcus hadn't seen him in 3 years. Jordan looked different. There was something in the way he carried himself, a quiet certainty that hadn't been there before. I actually did it, Jordan said, after they'd caught up on the small talk. Remember that photography business I used to talk about? I'm booked solid. Just hired my first assistant. Marcus felt something crack inside his chest. 3 years ago, he and Jordan had been identical. Same dreams, same excuses, same potential. The only difference, Jordan had pressed start. Marcus had pressed snooze. That night, Marcus couldn't escape the mirror. He opened his journal and wrote the words he'd been avoiding. I'm not preparing. I'm hiding. The page blurred as he continued, I'm 28. If I keep living like this, I'll be 38 with the same plans and the same excuses. How many more Jordans will I watch succeed while I stay frozen? He asked himself the question he'd been running from. What happens if I actually try and it doesn't work? And then, quieter, what happens if I never try at all? The next day, Marcus drove to the state park outside the city. He needed to move, to think anywhere but inside his own apartment. The trail was steeper than he expected. About a mile in, he saw an older woman sitting on a fallen log, readying her boot. She must have been 70, but her eyes were bright with life. Beautiful day for it, she said. They started talking. Her name was Elena. She'd been hiking these trails for decades. Marcus, worn down and oddly unburdened by talking to a stranger, told her everything. Elena listened until he finished. Then she pointed up the trail. See that ridge? I'm heading there today. It's about 4 miles, pretty steep. I do it every month. She shouldered her pack. You know what I've learned in 40 years of hiking? Marcus waited. Most people stand at trailheads talking about how much they'd love to reach the summit. They buy the gear. They study the maps. They follow hikers on social media. But they never take the first step onto the actual trail. She started walking, then turned back. The trail doesn't care if you're ready. It doesn't care if you have the perfect shoes or the perfect plan. It only cares if you step onto it. Elena gestured to the path ahead. I'm going to the ridge. You can come with me, but here's the deal. No discussing whether you're prepared. No listing reasons why this isn't the ideal time. You either start walking now, or you go back to your car. Marcus looked at the trail. He wasn't dressed right. He didn't have proper equipment. Every logical reason not to start lined up in his mind. Then he thought about Jordan. About his journal entry. About another year of the same excuses. He took one step forward. Let's go, he said. Elena smiled. Now you're hiking. The first mile. The first 15 minutes nearly broke him. His lungs burned. His legs protested. His mind screamed every reason to turn back. But Elena kept a steady pace ahead, and somehow Marcus kept matching it. Around the 30-minute mark, something shifted. His breathing steadied. His stride found a rhythm. He stopped thinking about the destination and focused on the next step. "You've hit the momentum point," Elena called back. "The first mile is always the hardest. Your body and mind throw everything at you to make you quit. But if you can push through that resistance, the next mile comes easier." They reached the ridge 2 hours later. Marcus stood there, sweat-soaked and exhausted, feeling something he'd almost forgotten, the satisfaction of actually doing something hard. What changed? That evening, Marcus opened his laptop. Not to research, not to plan, not to watch another video about successful people. He opened a blank document and started writing his book. The first page was terrible. The words felt clumsy and forced. Every sentence made him want to delete everything and learn more first. But he remembered Elena's words. He remembered the first mile of the trail. And he kept writing. 200 words that first night. Bad words, awkward words, but real words that existed outside his imagination. The next day, 200 more. His inner critic was relentless. "This is garbage. You're not a writer. Give up." But he'd survived the first mile of the hike. He could survive the first mile of this too. By the end of the week, he had a rough chapter. By the end of the month, he had 5. Something unexpected happened. Once he'd started the book, starting other things became easier. He joined the gym that same week. His first workout was humbling, but he went back the next day. He began working on his business idea. Not perfectly, not with every detail figured out, but he started. 3 months later, Marcus met Jordan for coffee again. This time, the conversation was different. "I've written 40,000 words of my book. It needs heavy editing, but it exists. I've been lifting 4 times a week. And I launched a beta version of my app last week. 10 people are testing it." Jordan's face lit up. "Marcus, that's incredible. What happened?" Marcus thought about Elena on the trail. About that first terrible mile. About the choice to step forward instead of turning back. "I stopped waiting to be ready," he said. "I started being bad at things instead of being good at planning them." The truth you need to hear. If you're reading this, you already know what you want to do. You've known for a while. The question isn't whether you're capable. You are. The question isn't whether you have a good plan. You probably have several. The question is, when will you stop planning and start doing? Here's what changes everything. First, being ready is a myth. Successful people don't wait for readiness. They start and become ready through doing. Second, the first mile will be brutal. That's not a sign you should quit. It's a sign you're exactly where every successful person has been. Push through it. Third, being bad at the beginning isn't failure, it's the entrance fee. You're not supposed to be good on day 1. You're supposed to start on day 1 and get better on day 50. What happens next? Close this tab. Open a blank document. Send that email. Make that phone call. Do 1 push-up. Write 1 sentence. Record 1 minute of video. It doesn't matter if it's small. It doesn't matter if it's imperfect. What matters is that you shift from someone who plans to someone who does. Because here's the secret Marcus learned on that trail. You're not lazy. Lazy people don't have dreams. You're scared. Scared that starting means you might fail. Scared that action will prove you're not as special as an action lets you pretend to be. And the only cure for that fear is action. The moment you take that first step, even if it's tiny, even if it's messy, you become a different person. You become someone who does things instead of someone who thinks about doing things. And once you're that person, everything changes. The trail is waiting. You don't need better shoes. You don't need more preparation. You don't need tomorrow. You just need to take the first step. Take it now.